I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses. Oh, please stay a while. I'll reach up to hold your sunlit face. Feels like
this alarm keeps going
because
off.
you're so close to all of the boats. It'll
Okay.
happen and
Are we clear out there? We're clear? All right.
you'll hear it click. Yeah. Now this one, just a pump. Did you want it to start moving that way, but not too much? Take this one back into neutral. So you see we're starting to come like this.
Yeah, a little much,
So we're
no?
coming out like that. That's fine.
Yeah, but we're close to your line there.
Yeah.
Clear over here.
Yep. And see, he's yelling out how much distance we've got over there. So,
Now you want to cut it one more, right?
yeah. So now put this in reverse. Just in idle. That'll start spinning the back around. Pump this one forward. This one back. So see, you stop the forward momentum then by doing that. Forward more. Pump. More. So you straighten up.
Clear. Good job.
Good job.
Now just don't get too close to those lines, obviously. Now both forwards. Now you will keep going that way a little bit because your wheel is not in the centre. See here? So you want the wheel in the centre.
These are the throttles and they control the propellers on each engine. So this would be your left or port side engine, and this is your right or starboard engine. Forward, reverse, forward, reverse. So if I go just forward with this one, I'm going to turn to the right. If I go forward with this one, I'm going to turn this way. If I go backwards with this one, I'm going to turn the boat this way. So it's still going to go this way. If I go backwards with this one, it's going to go this way. So you steer with the throttles for the propellers. The steering wheel controls the rudder. So if I turn to the right, the rudder is going to change direction so that the boat turns to the right. And if I go to the left, blah, blah, blah. In order to know if it's centered so that you're not steering with the rudder at all when you're using these, you want to look here. So right now it's not centered because you can see the little red. So if I turn the steering wheel this way, there, now it's centered. If I keep going, now the rudder is turning under the boat, so the boat's going to steer to the right. So I want it centered so that when I'm using these, the boat is steering only with the propellers. If I have this to the right, and then I'm steering with these, the boat is going to have a tendency to still want to go to the right because of the rudder. Anytime the boat is not answering to the direction that you want to go in, the first thing that I look for is, did I center my steering wheel?
Under 3 knots, you won't have steering. So under 3 knots, you can only steer the steering throttles. Now, while we're going out, what will happen? We're in a very particular part of the marine. So as we go out, the wind will get a little bit breezier, not much today. So you just keep watching the flags on all of the different boats.
Okay.
And then you keep watching the flags over there at the fuel dock. That's the farthest one out. And you can see outside, the water is still fairly glassy. So there's not much wind outside.
Okay.
Earlier this morning, if you looked at, there was actually rippling. So there was more wind out there than there was in here. But today, already the wind, it's already getting to the middle of the day, it's starting to calm down. Because the wind will change direction, it will go that way by the time. So because the wind isn't doing anything, we can go anywhere we want. But if the wind was blowing that way, by watching the flags around, we would hug that side. Because it would slowly blow us along. And you could also, in a stronger wind, you would actually end up crabbing like this sideways.
And the same if we were going this way.
That's right. When you come down to harbours, fishing boats never look. They just go because they've done it 300,000 times.
Waiting for Dom to take his shirt off so we can get some likes. Oh, I think you're gonna get like 6,000 likes.
Look what I'm getting.
Woo.
Oh yeah, subscribers.
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Y'all are taking my concentration away and we're zigzagging everywhere.
I'm sorry. That's your husband.
You gotta multitask.
That's right.
We're doing this now?
Yeah.
Do it right now.
Well, we're preparing right now.
Be careful for that.
How you feel?
Oh, this part's easy.
Is it like,
Ask me again when we go back into the marina.
does it feel like, I don't know, like just surreal because you're literally driving your own boat?
It does, yeah. It's fun, and you're gonna get to drive it today too.
Uh-oh.
Everybody gets to drive.
I'm gonna get my New York skills out.
So before you do anything, it'd be good to engage autopilot. So you head in the direction you were going in. That's right. This is your autopilot. All you have to do is push engage.
Lisa?
Oh, yeah. We got wind.
More?
Yeah.
Just to get it.
Oh,
Okay, so now you're ready to go up. All right?
Yep.
So we can tell her that everything's ready. Now before she does anything. Okay, that's enough for now.
That's good.
It's difficult to hear the audio in some parts of the video, and in the following little bit, Anthony's explaining some stuff to us that I really wanted to make sure was understandable. Perfect camera setup, Claudine. So before I talk about that, let's talk a little bit about hoisting the mainsail. So raising your mainsail. You want to make sure that your boat is pointed directly into the wind. If the wind hits it this way or this way, then as you're raising the mainsail, the boat's going to kind of go all over the place. You also want to make sure that as you're setting all of that up, there's nothing in front of you. No boats, no mountains, no rocks, because the boat is going to be set up to go straight. So you want to make sure you've got plenty of room to work with. So first, let's look at the compass. True north would be 0 degrees, south would be 180 degrees, and if you do a total turn, you're turning 360 degrees. So if you want to head straight to the east, then your compass heading would be 90 degrees, and if you want to head to the west, the compass heading would be 270 degrees. So the autopilot on our catamaran can be set to point towards a particular direction. So if we want to go northeast, we would want to set it up to go, I don't know, between 30 and 60 degrees. But you can also set it up on a wind hold. So instead of following the actual direction of the compass or specific degrees, follows the direction that the wind is coming from. To find the wind, the catamaran has what's called a windex at the top of the mast. It can also be called a wind transducer, a wind vane. I don't know, there's probably a couple of names for it. It's basically a wind direction indicator. So if you're telling your autopilot to go to 90 degrees, it's going to go to 90 degrees, right? But if you tell it to go on wind hold and to follow where the wind is coming from, your boat could potentially move a little bit to the right or to the left if the wind changes. But it should keep pointing towards the wind, which is the safest place to be when you're raising your mainsail. So in order for the wind hold or the autopilot to work best, the boat has to be in motion. So you want to make sure you have your engines on and going at a pretty good speed. I mean, not hugely fast, but it'll follow the direction. If you are going too slow, you'll notice that the boat just kind of does its own thing. So you should have your boom centered and your boat on wind hold, so the wind is hitting it from the front, and you're going to use your halyards. So there's a couple of ropes. Every rope has a different name, but the halyards are the ones that you pull to raise and to lower your mainsail. Your sheets, your main sheet, for instance, which is what Anthony's about to talk to us about in the video, basically keeps or loosens the boom, and it moves from right to left or vice versa.
What the first thing we need to do is loosen the main sheet, because as the sail goes up,
This one? Yeah. The main?
main sheet, yes.
Loosen it.
Yep. As the sail goes up, it'll
So in this next bit of the video, Anthony's explaining to us that we need to have the main sheet loose so that the boom can move right or left a little bit. Not too much. We want the boom to be able to move a little bit so that when we raise the mainsail and it tries to lift the boom up with it, it will be a little bit loose and the mainsail is not going to be pulled too tight. You don't want it to be pulled too tight because it could potentially rip your sail. So you do want the boom to be a little bit loose, and to do that you need to loosen what's called the main sheet. If you have the boat pointing into the wind and the wind is coming directly towards you, it doesn't really matter if the boom's a little loose because the wind should be passing through us from the front. Remember that if the wind hits the mainsail from either side as it's going up, it can cause the boom to swing and potentially knock off anyone near the boom. So it's also important to not have the main sheet too loose though, because even if you're pointing straight into the wind, that might not affect the boat movement or the boom movement, but swell or waves could. You know, if a wave comes by, the boat could shift swinging the boom, and if you swing the boom too hard and somebody's standing up there, you could potentially be knocked off the roof. So there's got to be a perfect balance for everything, and it really shows the importance of having everything pre-planned and set before you start even raising your sail. So you don't want to rush into it. Hopefully all that makes some sense. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
So now what you have to do to raise the sail is that you have to stay 0 degrees.
Okay.
Now you can see that the flag barely moves.
Yeah. So the
So we
wind
don't
is
have
that
a
way.
lot. Now a little tip on these boats is on your autopilot. Turn it back off. Over here is wind hold. Click it on wind hold, and now it's holding to that position of the wind. So what you can do now is you can move it. We want to go that way, and by moving that way, we can move it directly into the wind. You can see as we come around here, this is our apparent wind direction.
Watch up there, Donovan. I think it's loose, the boom.
I know, I'm trying to.
Now these are in degrees as well. So if you go long hold, you get 10 at a time. So we'll turn 30 degrees. We'll slow. So now you can see the flag is coming, so it's more straight on.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So now what this is doing is this is helping you actually hold it into the wind. You don't have to panic about that because you're going to have to get up here and do this.
Yeah.
While you're still controlling this, while he's controlling himself.
So you want to hold it into the wind at 0?
0.
0.
So that's pretty good. So now we can raise the mainsail. Yeah, see that we're going all over the place? Yeah. We're going too slow. Lost speed. You ready, Donovan?
I'm ready.
Okay, so as it goes up, we'll get the back down. Going up.
It's going to the right of the
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I think it's tight enough.
Good job, Donovan.
I didn't do anything.
The wenches did it all.
That's it.
So if you had it tight, though, what would happen?
You rip your sail.
Rip the sail.
Okay, so you happy up there, Donovan?
I'm happy.
Okay, so now you can come down because you don't need to be on the roof any more than you need to be. Because now we're going to position the boat and see what happens. We're going to head out that way, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
We're going to head out that way. So first of all, let's have a look. We've got the main halyard jammed. So now we can take this off. You like it's on a cruising boat where you only have a small number of winches. It's good to keep the winches clean.
I have
Yeah.
Christian.
I don't know.
Because if you needed to do something, you know,
I'm vlogging.
instead of
You're vlogging?
wasting 30 seconds.
Especially because this is the only electric
Yeah.
one.
Now what you do is you get your crew member to coil up your line cord. That'll be messy.
Let's go, Donovan.
Come
Hey,
back
Daddy.
here.
Jump.
Come on, Daddy.
So the main sheet, do you tighten that back up after
That's
that?
what you get
Oh,
around
okay.
now. Cord in. Come back around here. So now you've got to decide which way you're going. If you look at the sail now, the wind is slightly coming from that direction. That will still stay in that direction because it's already blowing up. So we need another, so you can open it.
Yeah, I'm going to go over that. Get unzip it first.
Oh, jeez, Hanan, that's a big no-no. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are Are you sure? Oh man. Yeah, and your knees.
This will be the last time.
You want to, and just watch that boom because we have not much wind here. And we can't really do anything right now. To stop that boom from moving around, we'll tighten the main sheet so it doesn't flop all over the place.
You okay, Hannah?
Yeah, I'm fine. I already hit my head like
I got that on video.
Yeah, it's not the last time. Definitely.
that could be your caption right there.
Yeah, that could be your like zoom in, like that's a big no-no.
Let's put fake blood on my head. Then you can use me as your
Get more subscribers.
That'll be my thumbprint, not
Yeah,
thumbprint,
thumbnail wrap.
my,
Yeah.
what are they called? Thumbnail.
You can just put it down there, or you can stick it.
big gash. Make some fake
Okay,
gash
so now
right
we're
here.
still-
Are you okay?
we don't want to keep it down. You see, we have no wind. We are not really sailing right now,
Yeah.
but it looks like we're sailing. We have wind in the sail,
Yeah.
and we are going in a direction. So you see here, you have no angle on that sail, so the sail's doing nothing. Basically, the wind is running past the sail.
So in a situation like this, would we,
You drop the sails and leave the motor on.
or we would put the spinnaker up?
No, the head sail, right?
Oh no, if we were going that way, because
Yes.
the wind would have to come
That's right,
behind
a
us.
spinnaker is a running sail, so the wind needs to be behind you.
Yeah.
So the wind's going this way, right?
Yeah.
So you will want to go that way, right? Or this way?
Yes, we want to get an angle on the wind, but we can't because there's no wind. So we're actually making more wind than the wind
Than
is.
was it.
We're making apparent wind. So to keep steerage on the boat, we have to keep going forward. And by going forward, the wind that was coming from this direction is being bent by our speed. It's being bent to now be coming straight down. So see this with your wind gauge? That's where the wind is now. If we stop, it won't make any difference. If we speed up, that will actually come further up here. Because we're making wind. Okay, so see the wind is, we're still just making wind. Right? It's actually not even less. That's your true wind speed here. Your apparent wind speed is there. So we're making the wind do 2.8 knots, but the real speed of the wind is only 1.3 knots. So you see that's just doing nothing. That's okay because we're practicing.
We're not even making wind at all. We're at 0.3 now. Oh no, 2.8. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. What's the 0.4?
That's your drift. So that's how much the boat's moving sideways or being affected by the current.
Okay. Oh, so that's a really good number gauge to look at when I'm coming into the marina to know which way the drift is going to send me
Yeah.
to go down the fairway.
I think it's easier to look at the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we can't really do anything right now. So you want to practice putting in a reef?
Yes, I do.
Let's do that. Reefs are... Now, this boat, the first reef and the second reef is single line reef.
Single line reef,
Okay? So to get, as I was explaining to Claudine yesterday, to get to that reef, the amount of line that you have to pull through the boat will be very surprising to you. You have to pull back about 15 metres of line.
Okay.